Yeah. Hi, good people. Today we are thinking about money matters in our marriage. And we're asking ourselves, why do we have to talk about money? And money is a gift from God or a gift of our hard labor. Why do we have to talk about money? Because we need to ask ourselves, what is the price of money? What is the place of money in family and in marriage? We also need to ask ourselves, what is money in itself? Because if it brings joy and it can also bring a huge challenge in marriage, then what is money, right? Not very long ago, I have sat with a number of people who have always been telling me, money has brought us a lot of challenge in our home. We are not able to move on. And ask why? Because some men would say, you know, money that is in the pocket of a man belongs to man alone. I mean, to the entire family. The money that is in the pocket of a woman belongs to herself alone. And I think, that brings a little bit of friction. Okay? And people are not able to realize the beauty of life they are supposed to have. And I've asked myself, what is money? What is money that brings all this kind of conflict and all this kind of crisis? What is money? Because you see, the definition of something raises an understanding of it. It also assigns the roles that that thing or that person or that vessel plays in your life. It also determines where it stands in your life. Okay? So it ensures that either it is an encourager, an enhancer, a builder, a breaker. It determines depending on how you look at it. So we ask ourselves, what is money? If we go to the commercial way of defining money, we would say that money is a standard measure of value. Okay? And it has happened to some people when they think, hey, I'm holding this kind of money, and therefore, because I have this kind of money, mtu hata niambia kitu. Nobody is going to tell me anything. I have to decide what I want to do, my own way, my design, my style. Actually, in Kenya, vijana wanasema sipangwingwi. I don't know whether that is it. So you discover that it is creating a state of autonomy, a state of power, a state authority as a medium, a standard measure of value. So it says that the person that has money is more important than the person who doesn't have that money. Not remembering that that other person is also playing a very important role in your life. Say, for instance, if the man is working and the wife is seated in the house, does not just sit. At times they work hard to prepare that suit, to prepare that cloth, to prepare you breakfast and meals, to ensure that you go to work ready and set to be able to do that work. And therefore, life should not, or the value should not be transferred from who we are to what we have. It is not about what we have, it's who we are in a relationship. Number two, money has been commercially defined as the medium of exchange. The medium of exchange. And at times I talk to some couples and they tell me, I have been denied my conjugal rights for this long. Why? I don't know why. I am there, I talk to my wife, and that things do not happen. Chemistry is not sparked up, and the wife would say, why do I have to do that? Does he know the value of my hair? How much money I spent to do my hair, and he wants to draft me up on the bed. And therefore, because it's a medium of exchange, then you're saying, what am I getting in exchange of this? Remember, we said the other time that love is not what I receive. Love is a sacrifice I make to be able to keep the valued other. And therefore, if my husband or my wife is in need of something that I can afford to do, I don't have to look around and ask, how much do I spend on you? Or how much do you spend on me to be able to do what you want, right? So it's very important. So what does it lead us to? It leads us to now to think, how do we define money? Because in life, we talk about three processes of learning. We talk about the learning, the unlearning, and we talk about relearning. Those three concepts are critical in life. We need also to relearn or unlearn some of the way we place value, some of how we place value in money. And therefore, we need to ask ourselves, how do we redefine money? And as we define money, we must consider the following. Number one, we must consider that our definition that we give to money must not alter, hurt, or deprive the value of love and relationship in that marriage. It must not be able to get there. Number two, as we do that, we must ensure that the kind of definition we give to money is one that enables us to work together and to stick together, right? And number three, when we are defining money, we must ask ourselves, or we must ensure that the kind of definition we give to money is one that ensures that the needs of the family are met without raising trouble or without raising some kind of crisis. So very, very important. So then, once we have defined the money in a way to ensure that all those things are encompassed in there, then we are able to move forward. Because number one, money does not become something that makes us better. No, money becomes something that ensures that the things that we need done are done right. Money becomes not our center. It becomes a support to our center. And money does not become the reason why we live. And money becomes an enhancer to our life. So it doesn't become the reason why we live. We don't live because of money. We live because God has caused us to be alive. It is not why we relate. We relate because we found ourselves together. By God's grace, who put a chemistry between us, and we came together to become husband and wife. So please, as we go forward, it is important that you ensure that you define money in a way that can help you. My wife and I may not be the best example in this world about how we look at money, but this is how we have defined the money, right? The extra servant we have to handle our errands. The extra servant we have to handle our errands. That's how we have defined the money. Please look for a way that you're going to define money. And that way, your marriage will take a smooth turn. God bless you. See you again in our next episode. Bye, and God bless you.